Hi there, and welcome to this bonus episode of the Gazette's Hockey Inside Out Show. I'm Stu Cowan of the Gazette, joined by my regular partners here, former Canadiens teammates and 1986 Stanley Cup champs Chris Nilan and Rick Green. Knuckles are going into this first-round playoff series against the Washington Capitals. Who could be the Xfactor for the Canadiens? And using the letter X, Arbor Jackeye. Are they going to need him in this lineup against Tom Wilson with the Capitals?
Listen, the X Factor, I don't think so, but here's the deal. It's easy to put this guy aside. They have so many defensemen, okay? But if the shit hits the fan, and we saw it happen in New York with Wilson and Panarin, he ragdolled him, and you just don't know. Listen, Wilson probably going to come out and play hockey. He's going to hit. He's going to get physical. He's going to be all over people. And hopefully there's a guy like Struble. Struble's a tough kid. Mm-hmm. Now, can he fight him? Would he be able to handle him? He's going to have to, if that's the case. But, you know.
And the other guy was Josh Anderson, right?
Yeah, those guys, they have to be willing to do that job come playoff time. And there's a possibility, what if Wilson buries Hudson? We saw Hudson get hit a few times last night. What do? Do you get involved or do you hold back because, I don't want to take an extra two because, you can't. You have to be ready to jump in there and do something. And hopefully the team, if you end up taking the minutes, the team sucks it up and kills that penalty. And I know those are difficult things in the playoffs, but boy, you gotta make up your mind a split second. Am I going to do something about this or am I not? So, listen, that could happen. It may not. We don't know. But it'd be nice, and I'm sure some guys are preparing for that, and you should. You should be aware of that. There's no question about it. But X Factor, for me, the X Factor is going to have to be the goaltender because this team is going to throw everything at them, and they're going to be able to really have to play well on their own end. And if not, if they give up some glaring opportunities to guys that they have 7 guys with over 50 points, right? And they got some depth in scoring and, certainly the experience. So they're going to have to really play well. And if they have those breakdowns, old Monty's going to have to close the door.
And Monty hasn't seen any playoff action since he was a junior in 2017 in the QMJHL with Blainville, Boisbriand, Armada. Sorry, Rick, you were going to say something there before?
No, I was just going to say that, injuries can be a factor as far as, testing your depth, if you will. And they got a pretty good thing going there with the guys on the blue line. Without Jackeye, I liked them, but they got some good chemistry and some good things going on. That doesn't necessarily mean that can't change in the event of somebody goes down through injury. Then he'll get his opportunity. But anyways, they got a good thing with what they have going on right now. So let's run with it.
No, because the game plan for Washington, a big part of it, as you mentioned, is going to be running Lane Wilson. I mean, back in your playing days, if you were playing for the Capitals, that's what you'd be doing, right?
Yeah, for sure. And again, you got to make it difficult on him. He's so elusive. He's so good. You got to be able to anticipate this kid, which is hard to do because he's so elusive. But there's ways you can run him down. You can angle him and get, especially, God, if there was no red line in when I played, come on. You can get on your horse and get going there. Guys can't hold up anymore. Your D partner can't hold up for you. So, you gotta certainly, when they make that long stretch pass, tip it in, you gotta have one D man cheating off so you can get back there maybe, a few steps ahead of that forward coming after you. Because usually they're right up your butt. They're anticipating that chip play and away you go. And that's a difficult situation to be in. So hopefully, we've seen him weather it so far, but playoff time, we all know the intensity cranks up. Guys finish their checks all the time. We saw it, Toronto, all those guys scoring goals during the season, and Fancy Dan, first round comes, next thing they're getting cross-checked, they're getting knocked on their ass for all the marbles. And they're like, all of a sudden it gets difficult to score goals. It gets difficult to get to the net. So, yeah, hopefully he's able to navigate, this first round here and come out okay.
And if Washington decided to play a dump and chase and get in and, really make it difficult on the D, it's really going to be important for their goalies, Montembeault especially, to be able to handle the puck well and help those guys back there on the defensive core to maybe eliminate some of the effectiveness of their forecheck. And he's shown it before. He's been pretty good handling the puck. And again, I always come back to the goaltender being such a key part of any type of success at any time, but especially in the playoffs where there's going to be a lot more stuff coming at you, and hopefully he'll be able to do the job.
Rick, as a former defenseman and former defense coach with the Canadiens, what would be your best advice to Lane Hudson heading into this series?
Well, I would say that be ready, because physically, I think they're going to try and punish him to eliminate his ability to be active in every offensive rush, and he's smart enough to realize that. He doesn't, we've seen him slippery enough that he doesn't put himself in a situation where he's really going to get hit bad, which is a bonus. And he's going to have his antennas up, because they'll be gunning for him to try and make his life really miserable. But he's a smart enough kid. I think we've seen that he's in and he's out, and he used his stick as an intelligence, and anticipation is excellent. Hockey smarts, all the things are going his way. That won't change. Just be ready to face a lot of guys coming at him, to physically probably trying to throw him off his game and tire him out, and try and get him out of the game if they can, which you're not supposed to do. But playoffs is playoffs.
Knuckles, you've been around the Bell Center a bit. Have you had a chance to get to know Hudson at all, or speak with him?
No, I don't. Yeah, I don't go near the room. That's their thing, and it's not like it used to be, right? We had all them old timers walking around the room all the time. Toe Blake, Dickie Moore, John Beliveau, Richards. They'd always be in the room after games, and yeah, it was pretty cool. But no, that it's their thing, and God bless them. It's their room, their team. They're together. Hopefully, we see them come out and listen. As long as they show up and the effort's there, they don't roll over. They apply themselves. They're assertive every shift. They stick with it, and because it's a difficult time of year, and that's what I want to see. I would love to see them knock them off. Don't get me wrong, but I as long as they come out and just really put it all out there, whatever happens, the cards are going to fall where they may. But don't go out there and embarrass yourselves. Go out and give it everything you have, and night in and night out, not just one game, night in and night out. It's a tough road, and they're going to learn that.
Well, as I've said, I wouldn't want to face the Habs in the first round, just because the season's already a huge success. They've got nothing to lose, right?
Yeah.
Go out and play, and it's going to be fun to watch Lane Hudson and these guys and see what they can do. Anyway, that's it for this Hockey Inside Out Show bonus episode. Hope you all enjoyed it out there. Please like and subscribe to the Hockey Inside Out YouTube channel. Go to MontrealGazette.com/newsletters to sign up for the Hockey Inside Out newsletter. And, of course, go to HockeyInsideOut.com every day during the playoffs. We'll have all the Canadiens news there. Also, if you have a bonus question you'd like us to answer in a future bonus episode, please put it in the comments section below.